Hi and welcome. I'm Sandy of Lolly and Sand, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada, and to be a little more specific, in the Niagara region. So it's lovely. It smelled like, there's a lot of farms around me, so it smelled like a lot of farms in the area today. It was pewy. Anyway, I have a lovely stamp set, a bundle actually, to share with you tonight. And a little show and tell, and what else? I think that's it. I really want to get started and get into this because it's really cool. I've got all the stamps mounted. I've got the inks ready. We're ready to rock and roll. So I'm going to flip the camera around. I am not disconnecting us today. I know I said that before, but I'm really not going to today. I promise. All right, here we go. Sorry about my hand being in the way. Oh, and I'm not going to touch any buttons that make us disappear. There we go. Loosen that, do that, and I will actually stand up so I don't hit the wrong button. There we go. You should be seeing my desktop now. Alrighty, let's move that camera up closer to me. So it's going to get a little wobbly here for a second, and a little shiny because of the catalog. All right, so this has nothing to do with the catalog, but I just want to show you that other than being a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and a granny nanny to my grandson, I am also a paper quiller. And my, my cards, number one, and some of my paper quilling is available in a shop in Font Hill. Lovely little shop called the Everyday Market. So this is one I just started working on. So clearly it's a leaf, very trendy, and you know I love greenery of all sorts, so when I spotted this, I had to have it. And let's just see how it's going. Hello, say hello if you're joining me, make sure you can hear me. Anyway, so that's paper quilling. It's a lot of work and takes a lot of time, but I love doing it. So I'll probably frame that or in a shadow box. Sometimes I don't. All right, so let's get to the catalog. Let's get to the catalog. I want to show you the set we're using tonight. Now, I don't know if you saw this or overlooked it. First round through, I looked at it and went, yeah, sure. You know? And when I got looking at it, as usual, I got looking at it and I went, you know what? There's so much I can do with, I'm going to show you the dies close up. So if this isn't on screen, it barely is. And it's so tiny, you can hardly see it. But when you see the stamp set in use and the dies together, and it is so versatile, so it's going to take you through all seasons because you can just color everything in seasonal colors. And really cool. And I love that there's so many sentiments. So like if you're just starting out and you're like, okay, well I have, you know, my friend said I had to get a die cutting machine, so I got that. This would be a perfect bundle because it has got a lot of dies. How many dies? Can I read that? Oh, it's probably too small for me to read. Yeah, it doesn't say. It used to tell you. I'd have to count them. 26 stamps, I can tell you that much, which is a very good value. And I always, even though I'm like, you know, like let's say I'm like, well, should I get both the dies and the stamp set? I buy both because you save 10%. And then as a demonstrator, I also save another 25%. Now starting out, you save 20%, just so you know. So here we are. Let me show that a little bit closer and without too much glare on it. These are the coolest. This little geometric is cute. I was playing with it, but it's not on the card I'm doing tonight. We're using this one. I don't remember that one. And this. And a sentiment, of course, because you need sentiments. Alrighty. Oh, there's Heather. Hello, Heather. How are you this evening? Alrighty, and here's the dies. Like, get a load of this. I don't know why I turned it. So, for the sentiments, you have spots, banners, basically, that you can... Oh, I haven't pulled this one off yet. When you're pulling them off, be really careful that you don't bend them too much. So, there... Go that direction. Oh, you can even just do the flowers. Look at that. And it could probably fit a little 2U or something in there too. Wouldn't that be cute? I've also seen people just use this as the backdrop for these dies. Any of these would work. So these are really cool dies, and you'll see them in action. What they do is, all right, everybody don't jump up at once. Here we go. Is this piece here is the same piece as this here, and you would layer them in whatever fashion you like, whatever looks good to your eyes. I think that's really cool. So we're using a bunch of those, but you also get the little squiggles. So you can cut that out. Wait, cut that out. I think this one oh, jeepers. Which is which? I don't know if they're the same or not. I haven't played with them yet. So I won't say. I can cut out the flowers, which I've done. These little flowers. There's these little flowers. And then you have 1, 2, 3, 4 of these guys. This one's going to cut out this piece. And so on, and so on, and so on. Let's get stamping. Like I said, a really cool bundle, and I've had fun playing with it. I actually used it for, we had a team blog, Instagram hop go live yesterday. Yep, yesterday the 15th. It goes live on the 15th of every month. And we were featuring new ink colors. Of course, I forgot that, and I used one color that was new. You know, how crazy is that? All right, so this is, oh, I know what it's going to show you. Okay, in case you haven't seen our, you probably have. Let me just check. That all is good here. All right, so here's a label, and these are all on the back. You simply peel it up, and I used my Take Your Pick tool. What I didn't notice is there was 2 in English, which is lovely because I've been known to use this little plain piece here. You come up. There we go. I've been using that little plain piece on the inside because what happens is I've got it like this. Look at that. It's Pebbled Path. That's a lovely new color. Lovely. When you open it, and I open another stamp pad beside, they look identical to my eyes, unless it's a really light color. So what I thought is, why don't I do this in front of you tonight? I have to kind of do this carefully, so I don't want to pull up everything. Now, when I did classes, I used all of these, all of them. I put the colored, it doesn't matter what language, but it was in the same color as the ink pad. I would put it all the way around so there wasn't confusion. All right, so I can put Pebbled Path right in here. Down you go, nice and even. It's hard to see this when you're not directly above it. Let's do that one more time. I suppose if I turned it around, but then you wouldn't be able to see it as well. There we go. Down you go. And down you go. I'm particular about it, can you tell? Oh, shock. All right. These are photopolymer, as you can see, which is why I have my Stampin' Pierce mat underneath. And I always say the same thing. Oh, actually, this one, you know what? I did not do in this, but I'm going to stamp it now that I have ink on it. For the flower, I actually used Memento because the color doesn't bleed. So I'm just going to do that again. I don't know if you can see, it's a hair difference. So that I can definitely see the gray in this. I don't know that it shows up super fantastic on camera, but Memento is very, 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 very dark. All right, so now we don't need that. That can go away. We don't want that one yet. I do want this one. So this is the open leaf pattern. Also in Pebbled Path. We're going to have 2 of those. And then these cute little, I always love them when they have these little open circles that I can color. I feel like I'm going to put my bracelet into the ink. Now, if you noticed, I went tap, tap, tap somewhat fast. The reason for that is because it's a new stamp pad. It's got loads of ink on it, and I don't want to squeeze in so hard that I make a gigantic mess. I can show you a gigantic mess. Not on that piece of paper. That one's die cut. Because I've seen this happen so often. Okay, I'm not... Now you see how inky that is? Like, that's crazy, right? It still inks well, but my ink pad is a mess. That's why I don't do that. That's why I go tap, tap, tap. That's the way I was taught. Is that? No, I need the thank you as well. Which, what I like about the sentiments is that they stamp beautifully. And that to me looks, I don't know, looks kind of retro to me, and I'm all about retro. Love, 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 love retro things. I follow, oh, I can't remember the name of them. West Coast Revivals or something. She's a vintage thrifter. And she's just really cool. I'm going to clean that stamp. That's driving me nuts already. All right, let's go back to this for just a moment. Hey, Elsie. And Sandy, you're not the only one who wants the labels a particular way. Yes, you know what? I will peel them off, but I will, like I said, if I was doing classes, I would put them, because I have 3 more, the plain one and then these other languages. I would go here, here, and here, just to try and not mix them. And hello, Jackie. Alrighty, so you would have to know that I have these die cut. Now, the funny thing is, I did a terrible job die cutting, like super, well, those aren't too bad, but I really missed on this one. But then I went, I'm going to cut off most of that anyway. This one's off to the side. Let's just let that go, okay? Okay. All right, so here we go with the blends. Light Poppy Parade. I am a big fan of Poppy Parade. And these are little dots. So my card, as you know, I'm big on a lot of white. I'm just dabbing this. I hope you can see that. Just dot, 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 dot. I'm not even trying to get all of them, and not all the way. A little bit of white space is not a bad thing. And then we'll do this one. Die cutting these, I want to make it clear that they are quite small. So if you have that removable tape, perfect. And if you have Post-it notes, also works. Washi tape too, but I've actually ripped what I've been working on using washi tape, so I kind of try to avoid it. I think these two are the same. One moment. Light daffodil and light daffodil. Okay, they're the same. And if you notice, I'm using the bullet end more than they're small enough that I don't need the brush end. So what I'm going to do is kind of mix the colors a little bit. I don't know if this is a tulip. Anybody? I think it might be. If it isn't, I'm sorry. Because, you know, I don't know my flowers. Hello, Gail. Welcome. All right. And then back to the Light Poppy Parade. And I'm just going to come up into the yellow a bit. And I'll go back with the, when I say yellow, I mean Daffodil Delight. What I really like is the way, and I don't know if this shows on camera, is that where it touches, it kind of turns kind of orangey. And I think that's really cool. That's kind of what I'm looking for. All right, a little bit more just to, there we go. It's a little bit darker now, which is really cool. It really goes with what I'm doing. And then, what are you? Old Olive, light Old Olive. And it's so tiny, but I'm still doing them right there and right there. Clearly no blending involved there. The other thing is, and I'll do this now, is I'm going to put Wink of Stella on these guys. Well, they're not guys. I'm going to put Wink of Stella on these. This one's pretty low. What I've discovered is if I'm going to use it for a class, I don't store them this way, but I just lay it flat on my desk. I think I have 4 of them, and this one's reasonably empty. I wanted to add just a little bit of shimmer to these guys because I just thought, I love these little berries. I just think they're adorable. And why not? You know what I mean? Why not? Oh, I had such a good day with my grandson today. I had a monster headache. It's gone now. I had a monster headache, and he was such a sweetheart. He was just sitting beside me, and I'm just give me like another few minutes, and I'll probably feel better real soon. And it took a while, but I did. All right. So my card is now hiding because I put it off to the side. That is the extent of the coloring that we're doing on the front of the card. So I'm going to bring in the pieces that go with this. There they are. And there is that part. We're just not ready to do the inside yet. This little piece here, you can see that it is die cut. Die cut. It is not. It is cut, regular cut. It's not die cut. Don't listen to me. I'm wrong. This is 3 3/4 by 5, and I've used the crosshatch 3D folder, which comes in the group of 3 folders. I think they're still not yet available. There's 2 sides, of course, flatter side, and then that's the deboss. This is the emboss side. I'm using the bumpy side. And here's what I mean about the colors. So there's our pebble path, and this is crushed curry. Whenever I'm not sure what to make, I go to my favorite colors, which are this, and white. That's just me. And there's those really pretty, you can color those if you want, but I want a focal point on my card. Now, if you look at this die cut, can you see there's little X's here, 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 and here? At first I thought, oh man, I didn't cut it right. It's really tiny, so I'm not sure if you can see that, but it's just an added little bit to this. So that stays there. So I'm going to put this together. And it does get messy, and no, of course I cannot find my silicone pad. I cannot find it. Shocking. This one goes on top, I'll tell you that much. This one's going to face down, and this one's going to go on top, I believe. Let me just take a look. And I'm basically just going to glue them together. And what can hide behind here will hide behind here. So if I don't want to line these up exactly, you won't see that. And when I say line them up, this side over here lines up with this. If I don't want to do that, that's fine. I have a little teeny bit of wiggle room. Well, not very much. Nope, not very much. So let's get gluing. Let's get gluing. And then I'm going to insert the other pieces. Glue would be handy. All right. Ooh, oh, this is a good one. Oh, it's already coming out. So yes, it is. Yes, it is. Whoa, stop. Okay, no one's asking it to come pouring out. Alrighty. These are a tiny bit fiddly, I found. But patience, you're making something beautiful. So don't worry about it. It's going to be so pretty. And there's if you look in the catalog, they have a couple examples there. I thought they were just a tad busy, and I've seen lots of people, lots of demonstrators use like so many colors and just pack the thing. I'm not going to do that. You know me, I like things a little bit plain, but pretty. I think that makes sense. Understated, maybe. Alrighty. So now it's time to start inserting these, and I will get my scissors, which are right here, because I probably won't lob those off, but I am going to take a little piece off of here, as stated, because I die cut that so horribly, but at least not the top part. The top part's lovely. And I'm going to be fitting that one kind of in there. So this isn't attached. Oh, we're stuck to my bracelet. This isn't attached yet, but it will be momentarily. I would love to hear your thoughts on this. Oh yeah, so I'm going to actually attach this to the back here. So I'm going to put the glue dot on top. What you think of this bundle? Did you notice it in the catalog? Or did you kind of look at it and go, wow, no. It happens, okay. There. All I'm doing is placement. Holding it down, going, yes, I'd like it there, or no, I don't like it there. That's going to be about there. Same thing. Now, you could use Scotch tape if you wanted. I prefer not to glue them because I always find that no matter what I do, I end up going, yeah, that's not quite in the right spot, and I'm going to pull it down just a little bit, or I can still angle it a bit if need be. And even after it's put together, I can still move it. All right, so that's that one. This one is going to poke out from this side, kind of like that. Before we do that, you want to make sure that you haven't gone out of bounds, so to speak. And I'm pretty sure we won't have, because this is only 3¼ inches wide. Alrighty. And this one, rather than have things go, this is the same, that's the same, I'm going to have this one going that direction. And like I said, behind here. So I'm going to attach that to the back of this piece, right there, glue dot. There we go. And right, get off of there. Oops, stuck to me. That happens. My goodness, I definitely stick adhesives to myself. All right, so just a little sprinkling, so to speak. Now you might be wondering what I'm doing with these. And what I'm going to do is actually have those, this one, you can see it, and it's just kind of filling in the background. I like my white space. We're very aware of that. I am going to glue these two together, so before I do anything else. So let's get that together, and then we'll put those little end pieces on. It's really bumpy at this point. I just want to show you from, so it's bumpy and lumpy, and I am popping it up on dimensionals, so I just want to make sure that everything is where I want it to be. All right, I still want this a little bit higher. Okay, and what I'm going to do is just lift this up and glue under here. Doesn't take a ton of glue. Yep, and I still can move that if I choose. I choose to move it down just a little, or I'll just move this up a bit. That works. Okay, next one. It's like building, isn't it? It's like building your own little bouquet. Bouquet? Yeah. There we go. I love your comments, by the way. I've just had such a busy time because we have an event. Hey, I just pulled that off, didn't I? We have an event coming up, myself and another demonstrator, and I'm madly cutting to make sure that I have some of June free prior. Okay, before this goes on, I need to add some ribbon, and heaven forbid I look up the name of this. It's an online exclusive, so you will not see this in the catalog, and you get silver and gold, and because it's in a combo pack, you never get the names on them, but clearly silver. And I'm just going to go something like that and something like that, just to get the length, and we'll cut it about there. So how many inches was that? Well, if that's 3 and well, that's 5 and 3¼ so about 8¼ and this end is really pointy and I don't like that. It's from my previous cut that I did. There we go. All right, and to adhere this, one of the few things I use seal for. Now when I use this, I want to make sure that I don't go past this. So leave that there and just go across. I'm okay with it being loosey-goosey in spots. I don't mind that at all. Movement is what I love about card making. I like to have things look like they're moving, look like they're real. Oh, and Peggy says, hi Sandy, nice groupings, like it. Thank you. You know what, and you can do whatever colors you like. It's just this combo really spoke to me. And trust me when I say, and I'm not kidding you, I'm going to show you. I tried a whole bunch of combinations. I can't get rid of these, you know. There. So I was all over the map, basically, until I went, don't make it difficult for yourself. Stick to what you love. And I love these colors together. So it was what they call, I guess, a no-brainer. I'm going to hide a glue dot under there because that's sticking up a little bit more than I would like. The tricks we do, right? The tricks we can do to hold things down. Groovy. All right, let's put them on. I'm going to use the minis. Am I going to use the minis? Yeah, I am. Whoops, those are coming right off the page. All right, I'll show you the original too. It's a bit, I mean, if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen the card. But I did change it. Oh, shock. Oh. I think it's really exciting when you get to design your own bouquet. I love stamping, don't get me wrong, but with the paper, I can definitely get a little bit out of my comfort zone. And sometimes things are out of my comfort zone. Alrighty, so now I always say that glue dot or dimensionals don't really go well with ribbon, which is why some of these other pieces have, oh, I want that up just a teeny bit higher. Don't press down, Sandy. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up. I have to say, even the dogs were quiet today. I don't even think they hardly barked, which is shocking, like really shocking. So it was lovely and quiet, so I could get past the headache. I don't usually get headaches. Well, I used to get them all the time, but it's been a while, and now it seems it's been a lot lately. Okay, well, we're not talking about that. All right, now I'm bringing in these guys because these are the bigger ones. Just want to make sure everything's still working on my, whoa. Oh, I don't know if you saw that, but the lights just completely flickered. It was like lightning, and I don't think we're expecting anything. But wow, did that ever surprise me. I didn't put any here because this is already thick enough right here, so I'm trying to avoid that. This one probably could have been down a little bit more. And I'm taking these off before I get my card base out. So there wasn't a lot of measurements on these cards. Not quite yet. Oh, we still have to do the inside. Oh my goodness. All right. So now that I have it though handy, I'll show you the base. So the base of the card, you know when you get a hair right across your eye? You're like, I have short hair. That can't happen. Okay. So this is Pebbled Path again. 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2, and I left it like this so you could see this is what looks like when I just fold it in half, and I haven't done that. Like, that is so much better. I like my cards to lay flat. Okay, I can't tell if that's crooked. Okay, I have to hold this up when I do this. So if I was to do what I normally do, and I will for you, I would go like this and kind of eyeball it and say, okay, it goes about there. And then flip her over, make sure I'm going the right direction. Yes, it's happened before. Oh, I'm rather liking this base. Okay, not pushing down yet. Looks pretty dang even to me. It might not be top to bottom, but that looks pretty good to me. I need to bring this back in. And you know that piece I just stamped on? I'm going to bring that back in. Because I'm stamping off just a little bit, and I would rather not get ink on this. I forget what the inside looks like. Oh, yeah, okay. Alrighty, so let's get our Pebble Path. I'm going to take a chance with the Pebbled Path this time. Because I'm not blending anything. There, move. Nope, not that one. This one, those cute little dots. Oh, that I really inked up a lot. Okay, so let's go here. I just love how beautifully they stamp. They're just crystal clear. This is one of the long pieces. Again, I didn't realize there was a shorter one. Apparently someone didn't look at her stamp set terribly well. And just adding in just a teeny bit of interest with the dots. Come on. And, oh, you know what? I'm going to stamp off and do a lighter one right here. Get back up there. And I want that to go a different direction. I don't want everything going in the same direction because that's just too much. I love second generation stamping. It just gets your ink pad to go do beautiful things for you. And right there. There we go. Almost, my friends, we're almost done. You're like, wow, that was fast. I hope it was fast. So far, if I don't talk too much, it's fast. Okay, again, taking a bit of a chance because it's not Memento, but again, I'm not blending. I like to, when I make cards, it's quite often that strip across the bottom of DSP, and it's kind of like, okay, been there, done that, so it's time to do something different. And that's what the plan was tonight with you. So I hope you're enjoying the video. Everything that I use and all Stampin' Up! Products are available at my online store. I'm just kind of dotting that on, and if I miss some, it's not the end of the world. I'm not going to do my usual, you know. And I know it doesn't show up on the camera. I just have to let you know that I did use Wink Estella. I really did. Lids, lids, lids. Here we go. All right, and let's move all those inked up stamps out of the way. Sorry about my arm being in the way. Oh, thank you, Valerie. Valerie says, love it. It is just, oh, and you know what I didn't do? I didn't make sure this was the right size. So if it is the right size, this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. I have been known to cut them wrong. And with the glue on, yeah, I cut it. All right, now, I forget if I said this last week. I can't remember. I was looking for inspiration. So when I'm doing that, it wasn't even with this stamp set. I was watching a demonstrator who, lovely, beautiful card, but when she put the glue on, she went like this, and then went like this, and she did it with the DSP too. And when she was done, you could actually see it through the DSP, and it goes weird if you put too much on. So please don't put so much glue on. Of course, I'm here to sell product. That's my job, and to make pretty things. But you don't need to overdo it with the glue. It's paper, and paper sticks to paper with glue. And if the edges aren't staying together, at least get to the edges. But you don't have to do the middle part. You'll be a whole lot less gluey and a whole lot happier. That is my lofty thought of the day. And I don't mean to, you know, diss another demonstrator, which is why I didn't not use her name. But it's just really unnecessary. It is, like I said, it is lumpy. You can see it from this angle, I think. But when you put it in the envelope, remember this. I have one right here. If you don't have our envelopes and you're using like dollar store ones, these ones feel like silk. You're going to put the card in this way, okay? Away from the front, because you don't want all that smushed. I'm not going to put it in. There's a little bit of effort involved. There's the original, so what I want you to tell me, and you are not going to hurt my feelings at all. Do you like the Pebble Path background better than the basic white, or vice versa, you know? I know I said that wrong. Okay, I have to put the bling on. And I did order some more products, which should be coming tomorrow, and not today. Stampin' Up! Doesn't work weekends, and I'm glad for that, because people have lives, and thus nothing gets shipped on the weekends. Everybody deserves a break, right? And let's go here. Alrighty, so those are my favorite. Oh, that's a good idea, Valerie. Sometimes my cards have a lot going on, so an extra piece of cardstock, though, is a good idea, just to protect the card. Even if it's like basic white, because basic white is, I find, a little bit thinner than cardstock, but something to protect the card. I often have to pay extra for my postage. So thank you. I love your comments, and shares are lovely too. I really need your help. I'm a little, truthfully, I'm a little disillusioned because I've been making videos for, gosh, I don't even know how many years. And I love it because I like making pretty things and I like showing you pretty things. Unfortunately, my sales are not in relation any stretch of the imagination to the pretty. So even if you're not purchasing from me, a share helps a lot. Share with your friends, your comments, your likes, your loves. If you're watching on Instagram, your subscribes, all those algorithms like that kind of stuff. But there they are. So, oh, white. Okay. The white one is the one I put on in our Instagram hop. It never even occurred to me to use Pebble Path because I like white on white. Now, if you didn't want this to be so thick, don't put the dimensionals in here. But in that case, I would probably go wider with this and probably make it the 4 1/8 by 5 3/8. Anyway, my friends, wow, we're under 40 minutes. Woohoo, we did it. Oh, anyway, sorry about giving you my sob story, but yeah, your shares and comments and likes and loves and all that great stuff will hopefully help get the word out that I'm here, little Sandy. Anyway, so yeah, I am Lolly and Sand, and I am on Instagram, which is where I post just about as much. And you can also just see a little synopsis of what I've got. And of course, I sell the products that I use. So ta-da! I think that's all I had. It is all I had. So, my friends, have yourself a wonderful week. Oh, it's a long weekend coming up as well here in Canada, so that's lovely. That really came up fast. Okay, I'm like, no, it isn't. And then I looked and went, oh yeah, it actually is a long weekend. Enjoy your long weekend. Be safe. And I'll see you next Tuesday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Bye-bye.